Camilla Buchanan alongside for this one again. Sri Lanka, there's the formation. Sivalingham's been the go-to. Do you expect that to be the case once again?
Absolutely, and we can see there the shooting machine who shot 107 of their 123 goals over this championship, so they weren't going to go without hair. Mendes at goal attack, Amaransa at centre, Winatha Lakha at wing attack, Rajapaksa, who's been impressive in that wing defence position, Disyanka in at goal defence, and Jayasuriya, the captain, in at goalkeeper. Singapore, so we can see Zinyi Tan in at goal shooter, Charmaine So, the key to this team, who we haven't stopped talking about, in at goal attack, Lim at wing attack, Kwok at goal centre, and in at wing defence, Melody Teo at goal defence, and To at goalkeeper.
And there is Charmaine So. She's the key player whenever Singapore take the court, winning her 107th Test cap for Singapore in this one against Sri Lanka. Has one of the silkiest shooting styles you will see in the sport.
Please welcome the match officials, Terence Bird and Alinza.
So Sri Lanka against Singapore in Group E, day 4 of the Netball World Cup. Sri Lanka, the 18th ranked team in the world, up against Singapore, the 26th ranked team. They are the lowest ranked side here in the tournament, and both of these teams are looking for their first win at the Netball World Cup 2019. Singapore in their blue dresses, playing left to right. Shuyi Kwok will get us underway. There's Charmaine So, the captain, the key player for Singapore. Kimberly Lim at wing attack. And Charmaine So will nail her first shot of the match. She has been prolific at this event.
And such a joy to watch, isn't she? She's so poetic, she's so elegant with the way that she moves, and so unassuming, but such a key player to this Singapore team. And Sivalingam, the other end, offers the same steadiness, and she's underway with goal 1 for Sri Lanka.
These two teams have met 6 times at Netball World Cups previously. It's 3-3 on the head-to-head. The last World Cup in 2015, Singapore beat Sri Lanka 59-30. That was in the playoff for 15th place, but the last time they met was in the Asian regional qualifiers, and Sri Lanka won both of those, and Sivalingam shot 95% and 97% in both of those matches, and if she can do that again here, then she'll make life pretty hard for Sri Lanka.
So much history between these two teams, as you've just mentioned. So much history, and they come up against each other in the Asian qualifiers.
Goal attack, time, forward. Delay, advance it.
Terence Pert making himself known in this game.
Advantage obstruction, wing defense.
Sivalingam, good position again, no problem from there. 6 feet 10.
Contact centre penalty.
And we've talked about that height in the back that Sivalingam brings, and nobody can match that height, so it's who can match the gameplay and the strategy to try and break that down. But this end, they're pretty evenly matched height-wise. Tan using her body well to shield off Jayasuriya to receive that ball and put it through the net with ease.
Zinyi Tan with her second successful goal of the match. Her combination with Charmaine So in the goal shoot will obviously be crucial for Singapore. Big lob over the top to Sivalingam. There's not much that Jayasuriya, rather Joanna To, in the goalkeeper position for Singapore can do about that.
Advantage early entry, goal attack.
Kimberly Lim with a centre pass. Such a key feeder. 3 seconds called though. Didn't like what she saw going forward, so opted to go back, but wasn't decisive enough with it. Winatha Lakha there with the pass back to the transverse line. Mendes to Amaransa. Good possession play here from Sri Lanka. When they played against Australia, Australia are out to make their 100th goal, and Sri Lanka played the possession game to starve them of that victory. And although it was a huge difference in goals, they did well to play that possession game.
Contact, goal defense, wing defense,
She
penalty.
has scored 107 of 123 Sri Lankan goals coming into this game over their first 3 games, and she'll just keep popping them in. They'll lob it to her all day long. Good win for Sri Lanka. Amarawansa to Rajapaksa, top of the circle. Throws a high one into Rajapaksa. She'll just stand by that goal post. She won't move very far away from it. She's on one of the goal shoots that'll drift out to the outside of the circle. She'll just keep her position. And why not, with that kind of height advantage that she has on Joanna Toe, who's just 6'1". It's a 9-inch difference.
And you could see there Toe just trying to edge her to closer to the post, closer away from the post, sorry. And Sivalingham using her step to get that ever closer into that comfort zone that she has. So good strength to take that ball with the hit to So, who silkily puts that through the net. I think I just made that word up.
Silkily?
Yeah.
Advantage early end to wing.
Go with Silkily.
Contact centre, penalty centre third.
100% for Charmaine So. Rajapaksa to her centre.
Contact goalkeeper. Where you are.
Sivalingham just using the step to get closer again, but you can see that Toe's game plan is sit in behind her, push her further out of her comfort zone and force her into a unpreferred shooting position.
Charmaine So again finds block.
Great change of pace there from So.
Good position for the putback. Working well with her wing attack. Charmaine So. Love that backspin on the So shot. Just gives the ball every chance, even if it hits the rim. It's so gentle that it'll trickle in. Amarawansa. Over to Singalingham. Brings it down with the left hand, and normal service resumes for Tarjini Sivalingham. Not the oldest player, she's 40. Rhonda John Davis is the oldest player at the tournament. It's by a few months. But Sivalingham, definitely the tallest.
Great footwork there from Jayasura and the keeper there. Good rebound position, unable to keep that in, but great work on Zinyi Tan to force her out of position. Just not rewarded for that. Good hands. She's got a massive range. Her arm span is fantastic, and that's a really sloppy error there. Foot on the line. You don't give those away.
Jayasura gets us back underway. Sri Lanka, their experienced side. Sivalingham's playing a 98th test match. Jayasura 47th. Amarawansa 36th. Mendes 37th. I mean, they've got some good experience at the top level.
Oh, great
It's a dart of the
skills
pass
from the lady in question. Mendes with the fake to the pocket and sees the goalkeeper going for that and finds Sivalingham underneath the post. Great skill there from Mendes.
Contact goalkeeper, penalty.
So Sri Lanka out to 11-5 now with 8 to go in the opening quarter of this Group E match, day 4 at the Netball World Cup. Charmaine So again into play with Kimberly Lim. Cross-court pass from So, but Kwok wasn't where Charmaine So thought she'd go to. So that's a turnover.
And the Sri Lankan side just looking a lot more...
Goalkeeper. Goal attack, possession, goal attack.
Just a change for Singapore, but as I was saying, Sri Lanka just looking a lot more comfortable on the ball than we've seen, a lot more connected, a lot more steady with that ball, that long ball in from Mendes. Find the pinpoint, Sivalingham underneath the post. Look at that, one-handed, doesn't even move off the spot, pretty sure of it. And goes for it again, but Sivalingham just unable to keep that in. Wow, that's confidence for you.
So that's what Singapore need to do. They need to get the ball back on the Sri Lankan centre pass to try and close this 7-goal deficit. You'll see the clock at the bottom of the frame there on the left. There's a dot next to Sri Lanka. That means it was their centre pass. So if Singapore could score here, but they won't have the opportunity to right now unless they can win it back, because Sri Lanka are back in possession. Mendes. Amaro once are over the top to Singalingam. Up to 13.
You just sense that the combination of Teo and Toe is going to need to come up with something to win that ball off of Singalingam, because a one-on-one at the moment, Sivalingam is getting the best of it.
Nice little scoop pass there from the wing attack Kimberly Lim. Competes in Singapore's semi-professional Super League in the second World Cup.
Yes. Contact centre, penalty pass, go third.
Shooting Kwok, the Singapore centre forward for the contact there.
Advantage of structure to win defence.
Goes out to the right, lobbed in again. Step forward. That's her first miss. But she gets the rebound and puts it back. So no bother, just a slight look of frustration on the face of Singalingam there. So that's the difference. When you're 6'10", you get position right next to the goal and pop it in. But Charmaine So at the other end, at just 5'9", tends to have to shoot from a little further out. Fortunately, she's one of the sharpest shooters in the business. Slightly wry smile on her face there as they lose possession.
Yeah, just use the body roll to get out of that position to receive front ball, but the umpire deemed that contact. Good work there.
Sindhu Nair.
From Sindhu Nair. I just mentioned that she wouldn't be able to win a one-on-one, and she proves us wrong with a great backing up interception.
Charmaine So, automatic on the baseline.
Have a look at this for a backing up. Fantastic elevation and timing to get that ball. Better footwork. Just too much on that one.
Couldn't do too much about that one. Just too high, and just too much height difference to make up for. So she's had a miss, 15 from 16. That's 94%.
0 assists on that stat. I'd like to see her maybe exit the circle and have a feed herself. Imagine that.
Number 16 there. You've got to stay in the fight though against Sivalingam. So we've seen early on, haven't we, that if you do stay with her, she does tend to have a dip through the second and third quarters. So if you can hang in there, but at the moment it's just one-way traffic for Sri Lanka against Singapore, and there's not much that the team in blue can do about it.
No, and what we've seen, where we've seen teams win ball against her, we've talked about nobody being able to match the height difference, but when you sit off the player a little bit more, confuse the space, have a back runner coming through to take anything that goes behind her, that's what's been successful for teams that have won ball. So you can see the movement from her now. She's sitting off her a little bit. She's got her feet going round, unable to pick that one up. But as you said, there is normally a dip, and Singapore need to be on song to be able to take advantage if that happens.
Yeah, we've seen the likes of
Wing defense,
one of the Lakers.
Wing defense, get your distance right.
Move into the goal attack position for Sri Lanka in this tournament. When they've had to, they have shared the shooting round a little bit, but right now there's just no need, because it's route one to Sivalingam all day long. Charmaine So trying to keep Singapore in the contest, but it's a 9-goal deficit with 3 to go in the opening quarter.
Yeah, you mentioned that, and wing attack here that we see with the ball. One of the Lakers we've often seen go into that goal attack position, who's shared some of the shots, but is also a really effective feeder for that attacking lineup. But as you say, not needed at the moment. 10 goals up.
The last 2 games between these two were in that Asian regional qualifier. They met in pool play 74-61 to Sri Lanka. Sivalingam shot 72 of the 74 at 95%. And then in the final of that tournament, Sri Lanka won at 69-50, and Sivalingam shot 68 at 97%. So Singapore are going to be sick of the sight of Tajini Singalingam. Charmaine So spins it in from long range. So good, Charmaine So.
Look at that, and with those long-range shots, surely a Fast 5 team is going to want to get hold of her. Nice transition. Oh, unable. Lim just unable to keep that in, but that was better transition from Singapore. Just need to tidy up the transition through the thirds.
You mentioned the Fast 5. They have a 2-point, 3-point play with two other lines. Two lines on the court shooting outside. Do you think we'll ever see that in elite regulation netball?
I don't think so. I think it's nice to have the separate competition. It's, you know, a great way to expose other talent. Oh, footwork pull there. Yeah, it's great to have the separate competition. I think that at this stage, the game is good. Look at that. I'd like to see Sivalingham go for a 10-point shot in a double play.
Long pass to Juju Kwok, and Charmaine So darts in, misses one. Amarawansa to Mendes. Sri Lanka looking for their 20th goal of the quarter into Sivalingham. That long left arm reaches up to the hoop, and that is too easy for the big Sri Lankan goal shoot. So over 30 to go, 30 seconds in this opening quarter, 10 goals the difference. Not the start that Natalie Milicic, the Singapore head coach, was looking for.
Good pressure there from Rajapaksa in at wing defence. She's been a good player for me this competition. Is giving them a good run for her money in that wing attack position. And there we see Charmaine So.
Typical shot that, because they bumped into the post and it was wobbling all over the place, so she had to get it right in the middle. She did. So we've got two completely contrasting shooting games going on here at the moment as we hear the whistle for first quarter time. Sri Lanka have been dominant, 21-11 they lead, and Tajini Sivalingham has all 21 goals for the Sri Lankans. They beat Singapore twice in the regional qualifier, and they're looking pretty good here early on. We'll take a break and come back with quarter number 2. Nice finish from Jinyu Tan to get Singapore started. Had the opening centre pass. Of course, alternate centre passes in netball, no matter who scores. Mendes gets position. Gives it to Singalingam. I thought for a moment there that Mendes was going to have a go herself.
No.
Charmaine So, nice pass over the top and into Tan. That was nice triangle, crisp passing from the Singaporeans.
Wing attack.
Amarawansa coming through.
Sinding there, fantastic athleticism to come out for that fly, and that's what you need to see from Singapore. They want to win ball a little bit earlier out of the circle to prevent that one-on-one happening in the circle, and you can see the off-marking that they're doing. They're not close to the body. They want to be able to confuse the space. One is front, one is back. Nair is got the vision, good. Oh, unlucky from Teo, but that is what Singapore need to do. They've got the player sitting in the front. They've got Teo at the back, and look at this.
Yeah, the double team. We've seen other sides do this against Sri Lanka, and it works for them. It certainly works for Zimbabwe in their opening game of the tournament. Zimbabwe won that 79-49, but they used exactly that tactic, and it cut down. They didn't completely shut out Sivalingham, but it certainly made life more difficult for her, as Charmaine So has her 10th goal of the contest.
Do you get bored of seeing that type of shot?
Never.
And do you get bored of seeing that type of shot?
Well, you can't blame Sivalingham. She's got the stature. That's her game, and you know she's 24 or 25. She's the only Sri Lankan who's taken a shot in this match, and you can't blame them. It's working for them. They're 10 goals clear, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Absolutely, and Singapore just stepping up the intensity of defence, and that's caused a couple of errors for Sri Lanka.
Unlucky. Ball just going off a Singaporean hand as Mendes will have a shot, and she will convert it for Sri Lanka.
That's exciting stuff for us there. Oh, and unlucky. Teo with the attempted fly. Good work getting her feet round, but this is better defensive work from Singapore. Just unable to get rewarded for it.
I mentioned that Zimbabwe result for Sri Lanka. They lost to Northern Ireland 67-50 and then conceded 99 goals against Australia. Only scored 24 in this match. Only scored 2 goals in the third quarter of that match. That's the lowest any team has scored in any quarter of this tournament. Singapore, by contrast, 3 losses as well. Slightly closer, 69-34 against Barbados, 87-38 against Malawi, and then conceded 89 goals against New Zealand, just scoring 21 of their own in that game. So struggling in the first stage of this tournament, these two teams. That's why they find themselves here looking for their first win in Group E. This is effectively a ranking competition. Samoa and Fiji, the other 2 sides in this group in the second stage.
Oh, there we see it again. There, out for the fly. Have a look at this. Just the angle. Not quite sharp enough to win clean ball, but
yes,
they've definitely had a game plan this quarter to come out and win earlier ball off of those pocket balls. Sri Lanka not adapting too well to that change, but this player here on the ball, Mendes, has really upped her game and
obstruction, wing defense, penalty.
Has been effective with her playmaking. And her feed into Sivalingham's just as on point as it can be.
Change for Singapore. Shu Kwok is heading to the sideline, and a replacement at goal shoot as well, Pei Shan Lee. 19-year-old, 6'1", will play up front alongside Charmaine So. Joala Rashid at centre.
Contact goalkeeper, penalty pass. With the keeper. Yes.
Charmaine So, 10 from 12 so far, make it 11 of 13. She's in the Singapore Netball Hall of Fame. 107 tests and a prolific shooting record, that's no surprise. She actually began the sport quite by chance when she attended the wrong sports trials at school, Charmaine. So that was a convenient mistake to make for Singapore in netball. And Sri Lanka come away with it, and there's Teo. Already Teo almost with the intercept, but Sri Lanka hold on to the handle, and Sivalingham is number 29. Dissanayake at goal defence, flings it into Mendes. Goal attack into the goal shoot once more, and another goal.
And fling it in is just what she did. Not too much accuracy needed on that. Amarawansa with a nice intercept at the top of the circle, just reading that play so well. And Mendes again. See, at this stage, when you've doubled your team's score, is this where you start to play around? There we go, Amaransa, great hands there. Pei Shanli, sorry, unable to get on the end of that. So, oh, nice little fake. But that's it. The fake passes. Do you start to play around with things a little bit more now? You've doubled your team's score. Do we bring some flair into it? Do we have some fun? They've got enough of a blanket to see this game out now.
Well, they've got a lot of netball to play as well, still remaining in this tournament. So in terms of giving players game time and not putting too many minutes in the legs of these players, they've already played 3 matches. 5 games in 5 days, 8 games in 10 days overall if you get through to a ranking final at the end of it. So yeah, why not use your bench? Mendes. Little fake again that time. Sindhu Nair does well just to tip it over the end line. Almost impossible from an inbound ball there. Sivalingam standing just 2 feet away to do anything about that.
We've seen the hoist, which players use to lift up a player to get a bit more height on covering the shot, but would that be something that they try to hoist each other to?
What about a ladder?
What?
Allowed to use ladders?
Potentially not. But I'd like to see them get a little bit creative with how they try and win ball, perhaps lift each other and
advantage contact, advantage obstruction wing.
Get a bit closer to it. Shuala Rashid with the feed and step round. An impressive player, Shuala Rashid in at centre, who gave birth just 5 months ago. Impressive, and is at her World Cup.
Sindhu Nair's just doing everything she can. She's trying to play ball side. She's gone to the backside. She's asked her fellow defenders to help her out on the double team, but 36-16, 20-goal advantage now for Sri Lanka. Just over 6 to go in this first half.
Goal defense. Yeah, just inside. Throw in.
So with the inbound to Wanaka-Leka. She gets it back, Charmaine So. Nice shot again. Wanaka-Leka, contact from the Singaporean wing defence. Akila Andin playing her 65th test, the wing defence for Singapore. She's a legal coordinator by trade. Most of these Singaporean and Sri Lankan players balance regular jobs with their netball careers. Just a semi-pro game in Singapore. Shawala into Pei Shanli, and she converts her first opportunity since coming off the replacements bench. Nice shot, Pei Shanli.
Mendes again with the
goalkeeper penalty.
Step fake. Nice flair from her.
Yeah, she uses the eyes too, doesn't she? She
Advantage break, wing attack.
fake, little head fake and a body fake, and a little glance with the eyes over to the other side. And first time she's done that in this match.
Rajapaksa again with the intercept. She's, for me, really doing a great job on Kimberly Lim. She's taken her out of the game. Lim unable to give the service to the shooters that she usually does, but Rajapaksa just not giving her an inch in that attacking third.
Great athleticism from Charmaine So to keep the ball in there, but she just came up short with the shot. But lucky break. And they get the obstruction call as well, so So can just pop that one in. 38-19. Sri Lanka with the centre pass. Mendes.
Contact all defense penalty.
How do you defend this? Pass, take, 1 foot. It's not easy to stop.
Wing defense obstruction penalty.
No, and it's something that you just got to keep plugging away at. You know you're not going to win many of them, but...
Another successful shot for Hasitha Mendes. That's her second goal of the match. So 100% for Mendes. As we'll see Sri Lanka share the spoils a little more here. Or we'll just go route one and give it to Sivalingam.
It's so disheartening, isn't it? When that ball just keeps going over your head and over your head and over your head.
Obstruction centre.
Got to try something different. Got to rely on your players out in front to win the ball early. Let's try and win it in the centre third.
Exactly, you've got to cut it off at source, surely. If they're going to get it anywhere near Sivalingam, chances are 98% just going to keep putting them home. But if you can start upping the tempo on D in mid-court, you might be in business and give the likes of Pei Shan Lee more opportunity.
Absolutely, and that's just something we've not seen from Singapore, the transition into defence. Not quite quick enough, not quite enough structure.
Wing attack penalty. At the centre circle. Back. Yes. Advantage obstruction centre. Advantage of side centre.
Sri Lanka's gain to goal percentage in this match is 100% at the moment. Every time they've won the ball off Singapore, they've turned it into a goal.
And that's a fantastic stat to have, your conversion from intercepts or winning ball. And that's why they're 22 goals up at the moment.
.43 for Sri Lanka, and they have the centre pass.
Wing defense obstruction, advantage of side. Yeah.
16 turnovers for Singapore in this match as Sivalingam sends down another one. With Sivalingam up front, you turn the ball over that many times, you've almost got to be perfect in possession. And right now they're not. Pei Shan Lee, though, is adding something off the bench for Singapore at the moment. Really nice mid-ranger from her.
Yeah, better confidence we've seen from Pei Shan Lee than we've seen in previous matches. Nice work from Kimberly Lim, second phase to the top of the circle. Opened out well there. Got a reposition on the circle edge though, sitting on the outskirts there. She's not going to be an option. Good hands from Amro Ansa.
Final 30 seconds of this second quarter. Sri Lanka won the first quarter 21-11. They're winning this one 24-10. So Singapore, try as they might, just can't make any headway here in terms of reducing this deficit. If anything, it's extending as Charmaine So gets another opportunity, and she just rolls that one over the front of the rim. And that is half-time. The whistle blows. Sri Lanka dominant over the opening 2 quarters. Sivalingam has been the main shooter, of course. 45-22 at half-time, and well, Sri Lanka pretty happy as we go to the chairs, Camilla.
Yeah, they'll be much happier. They'll be on their way to their first win in this competition, and you can see there's a difference in confidence when they're not under that pressure. Mendes, for me, has absolutely stepped up in that goal attack position. I'd like them to play around with a bit more variety, make it a bit more interesting for themselves. But a good, strong start from them. They'll be happy with that.
Sri Lanka leads Singapore 45-22 at half-time. We'll show you highlights after the break. And they're on course here for a positive result in their first game of the second stage.
Advantage
Sri Lanka playing right to left in this third quarter in their orange dresses, and Sivalingam, who picks up 43 goals in that first half. That is number 44. She's only missed one. The only other shooter for Sri Lanka in this game, Hasitha Mendes, has had 2 shots at goal, and she's converted both of those. The key player up front for Singapore, Charmaine So, has been given a rest here, so Pei Shan Lee at goal shoot will take over most of the shooting responsibility.
Contact centre, penalty pass.
Warna Thaleka with a good calm head there after the knock. Mendes into Sivalingam. And here you can see the changes. Andin moves across the goal defence, Kwok to wing defence. Come and go into wing attack. And Kaiwei To comes into goal attack. They're unable to sink her first shot of the game. But she offers just a little something different. She's got some flair on her feet and has slightly different movement. Hopefully to try and create a few more opportunities for Singapore in this next quarter.
Sri Lanka with the centre pass, 48-23 they lead.
Contact centre.
Coming into this game, Sivalingam had shot 107 of 123. She shot 46 of 47 so far. She was Singapore's nemesis in the regional qualifiers as well, and there she goes again. Just apologising there for throwing the ball back into a Singapore player, Akila Andin. Go, bounce pass across the Shawala Rashid.
Centre obstruction penalty.
Kaiwei To with the second attempt opted. Oh, look at that.
Kaiwei To with the jump shot.
Nice. We said that she's got the flair. Look at that.
Double-footed.
Fantastic. 5'6" of her, using the extra jump to get her a bit closer. This lady, the other end, doesn't need that jump though. Pei Shan Lee exits the circle, swings across again to find Kaiwei To, sorry.
Just bounces out on that occasion into the hands of the Sri Lankan centre, Amara Wansa, and they send it up court quickly.
And that's really nice transition from Sri Lanka. We've not seen that from them so much this competition, but great confidence on that. Singapore just unable to get into a defensive position quick enough.
Well, Sivalingam approaching 50 goals for the match. And here it comes, the half-century for Sivalingam. 52 for Sri Lanka. How about that finish in the cricket last night, Camilla? Speaking of centuries, super over.
Yeah,
Absolutely extraordinary stuff at Lord's, wasn't it?
Exciting stuff. Fantastic for England. Not much of a cricket fan, but my goodness, what an exciting time it is for sport. What a summer of sport it is. Gets everyone going. You don't need to know much about cricket. You don't need to know much about netball to be able to enjoy it all.
Djokovic beating Federer in the fifth set tie-break at Wimbledon. First time we've seen that since they changed the rules.
Contact goalkeeper penalty.
What a legend in the game.
Contact, wing defence, penalty pass.
Singapore need a bit more of that. If they convert their opportunities like that to Kaiwei To. They're a long way behind, 52-25. It's going to be 53 in a matter of seconds. But Singapore still working for everything here with the centre pass now. And in. Shawala Rashid over the top. Yeah, that was telegraphed, and Jayasuriya saw it coming.
And that was good work from Rajapaksa, although Jayasuriya got the steal. It was the work of Rajapaksa that was able to create that interception. She just forces her to go into the pocket, and look at that, great timing on the take.
Home nations will be in action later on today here in the M&S Bank Arena. Scotland up against South Africa here on court 2, and then over on court 1. This place will be jumping. They will bring the noise to the England fans as the Roses go up against Jamaica, 2 of the big guns at this tournament. So much great netball coming away here on day 4.
Absolutely, and we saw Jamaica with the loss yesterday against South Africa, who didn't quite start strong enough. South Africa took advantage, took 11-goal lead early on, but Jamaica sorted themselves out, and what a comeback they made, but just unable to get over the hurdle. England haven't quite had that intense of a competition yet, so Jamaica potentially in a strong position to have had that game yesterday. But what a cracker it will be.
Almost coming up with the intercept there, or the deflection was Sindhu Nair, but she just couldn't get high enough. And there's another one for Sivalingam. Look at her trying, reaching up, elevating as high as she possibly can.
And that was a better position from her. She wasn't sitting so tight onto her. If you sit slightly off, we talk about the timing that you can then, and space that you have to run on the back and up. Or just hold her arms down. Just hold her arms down so she can't go up to receive it. Got to try, right?
My limited netball playing experience, and although I'm not sure that's allowed.
I mean, it could be sneaky.
Toe to Paishan Lee, good position behind Jayasuriya, and a nice finish from the teenager.
Just fix the goal, shoot it up.
Plays a netball for the Blaze Club in Singapore. Nice high elevation on the shot,
Right wing attack.
giving the ball a chance. Mendes.
What's interesting about this Singapore team at the moment, although they're 30 goals down, they don't seem that phased. They still seem quite comfortable on the ball.
Yeah, saw a smile on the face of Sindhu Nair there. She's almost wryly laughing at the fact that whatever she tries, so difficult, but they'll keep at it. Rashid feeds it into Go-Wei Toe. Tries to bounce it back to Paishan Lee, but she loses the handle. And another turnover there for Singapore. We spoke at half-time about how important it is that they take every opportunity they're given. Otherwise, this is what you get at the other end. 59 to 28 now. Sivalingam has 57 of them.
Contact goalkeeper.
Make that 58. So, to go. Shawala Rashid.
Nice work from Go-Wei Toe, just finding the baseline. Go able to find the gap, that's nice. Look at this as she just comes through the back there. Great vision from Go.
Singapore working the ball forward, looking for their 30th goal of the contest. Sri Lanka have more than doubled their score so far. Nice left-handed overhead pass to Go-Wei Toe. That was nicely done from the wing attack. Come and go.
And that's something they've just done before. Paishan Lee just screening off to open that baseline, but she's sitting high enough to allow the space for her to come through on the back.
Contact on Sivalingam there.
Yes.
There is Sivalingam for her 60th goal. Just a bit of background to this number that she's shooting for here. On course for the highest number of goals in a match in the tournament. 67 is the record so far at this Netball World Cup Thwaites for Australia. She did that against Sri Lanka in their Stage 1 group game. So Sivalingam is hunting that record down. And there's number 61.
Advantage obstruction, wing defense.
A little game within a game going on here. Sivalingham.
Contact goal defense, very fast.
Call for the goal defense there. Akila Randin. Sivalingham. Up to 62. Needs another 6 goals to take that game shooting record. Wins out for Singapore. Opportunity missed again for them. They'll remain on 30. This is on the Singapore sender pass.
There she is again with the no-look pass. Have a look at this. Looks left. Pass is right.
Vantage contact with defense. Vantage obstruction.
66-30. There's just under 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Sri Lanka
Yes.
in control. Kaiwei-To just delays the shot, composes herself and sends it home. That's her 6th goal of the match over the leaping Jayasuriya.
Oh. If that's not disheartening, you manage to get an intercept in.
Yes, yes.
You go off court.
Advantage contact, advantage obstruction, goal defense.
Long chest pass. Even when you think you're there and you've done all you can to win it, the call goes against you.
Foul time. Wing defense. That's a caution for persistent contact.
Rajapaksa with the caution. Oh, great step round from Carmen. Go, what a left-handed pass that was. The step round. Beautiful speed of release.
Round the back, that was like the Harlem Globetrotters. Brilliant pass into the goal shooter. What a one-star to Mendes, to Sivalingham. This is number 65, closing in on the record of Caitlin Thwaites of Australia, who picks up 67 against Sri Lanka earlier in the tournament.
Contact wing defense penalty.
Rajapaksa just called there his come and go.
Vantage obstruction.
Underarm ball into
Obstruction.
Kaiwei-To.
Advantage early entry with goal defense.
Vantage offside wing defense.
Nice work from Kaiwei-To there. Just offers something slightly different.
Sivalingham
Contact goal defense.
has it in possession. This is to tie the tournament record. She nails it, so she equals Caitlin Thwaites. She has 67 of 69. Worth noting that Thwaites had 67 of 68 against Sri Lanka for Australia in the tournament, but Sivalingham needs one more to become the highest total goal scorer in an individual match at this Netball World Cup.
And that's where we talk about using your bench and potentially making a substitution, but why not smash some records over this World Cup? There's 15 minutes still left to play. She could absolutely go for it and put her name in the record books.
Pei Shanli with the goal for Singapore. Her 7th. So here we go. Sivalingham looking for the record here. She has the ball. She has position. Tarjini Sivalingham puts it down for Sri Lanka. Her 68th goal of the match. And that is the most that any player has scored in an individual match here at the 2019 Netball World Cup. Worth noting that back in '95, Irene van Dijk, playing for South Africa then, scored 90 out of 96 in an individual game against the Cayman Islands in 1995. She, of course, went on to be a star for her newly adopted country, the Silver Ferns, after that. But that's the record here now. But perhaps Sivalingham will hunt down. Can she get to 90 with a quarter to go?
Great skills from Kaiwei To. Just what they needed, but the penalty pass, look at this. She had her eye on it, but sucked the goal defence across.
And that is three-quarter time here. Sri Lanka still in control. It is the Sivalingham show so far. 71 to 36. Sivalingham has 68 of them. She scored more goals than any other player in any individual match here at the Netball World Cup. It's Tarjini Sivalingham who is the story. 68 goals in the opening three quarters. She leads all players for an individual score at the Netball World Cup match at this tournament, and we've still got a quarter to go.
Contact, wing attack penalty.
Sri Lanka playing left to right now. Overhead pass once more into Sivalingham, who's number 69.
Contact, goal defense, goal
So she's overtaken Catlin Thwaites, who had 67 against Sri Lanka for Australia. Her target now is 90 to equal Irene van Dijk, who scored that many in a World Cup match against the Cayman Islands in 1995. 15 minutes of netball. Can she do it? She's got position again.
Nice work getting the front ball there. We've not seen a front flat ball into Sivalingham yet, so nice to see some variety. But yeah, let's go for it. Let's go for that 90. Great skill there from Aleka.
Put on the line there from the Sri Lankan goal attack.
Ooh, on the line. In
contact, wing defense, penalty pass.
Pei Shanley.
Instruction, advantage, goalkeeper.
Pei Shanley. She shot well since she's come on the bench. It was come off the bench. Charmaine So.
Instruction, goal defense.
Has given her rest for the third and the start of this fourth quarter.
Instruction, wing
So the
attack,
youngster,
goal
the
defense,
teenager,
both
been given
players.
some good minutes here by coach Natalie Milicic.
Yeah, she's using her body really well to hold that space into the back there. Great agility from her.
It's all good experience, isn't it? Good money in the bank as they try and develop their young players in the Singapore netball system. Give them good amount of court time in these Netball World Cup contests. It'll serve them well for the future. These second-tier netball nations trying to develop their game. Remember, Singapore, 26th ranked team in the world overall. Like Sri Lanka here, were 18th overall in the world. Another good finish there from Kaiwei To.
Vantage break, wing defense.
One of the Lakers at wing attack for Sri Lanka. Pops it into Sivalingham. .72. Sivalingham scored 107 goals out of 123 attempts going into this match.
Contact goal defense penalty.
Ambe Goda in the goal attack position, slots that one away for her first of the game.
Long bomb into Sivalingham, gets it on the second grab.
Early entry, goal defense, free pass, transverse line.
Early entry
Yes.
from the goal defence, so breaking the line on the centre pass, Kaiwei To. Great agility to get in front, using that front space really well.
Instruction, goalkeeper.
Just edging herself closer to the
Participating,
circle,
caution.
to the post. There we go, goal defence just given the caution there for intentional obstruction. Great pocket ball. Oh, great hands from Wanaka Laker. Look at this. Great hands to keep that in play.
Wei Toe. Lovely arc on that shot. Gives it every chance. 78-41 now. Here's Ambagoda. It's her first appearance at this Netball World Cup. She didn't appear in the first 3 matches for Sri Lanka. She was the only player at the tournament ahead of this match that hadn't had any court time. Good to see her out there.
Obstruction, goal defense.
Wei Toe can step forward. Just comes up short though. Pei Shan Lee can't get the rebound.
Contact shooter.
And it's Sri Lanka possession. Trying to move the ball up court through Ambagoda to the wing attack. Wanathaleka into Sivalingham again, but she can't hold on to that one.
The goal circle. Yes.
Keeler and in. Go through to Toe. Shawala Rashid. Nice dart of a pass into Pei Shan Lee, but that one never looked like it was going to make it from the moment it left their hands, but she's followed it well, got the rebound, and completes the putback.
This is great work from Singapore, straight down the line. This is textbook stuff. Take turn, deliver a straight line ball, effective for them on that occasion. Just like to see a bit more creativity from Singapore in terms of their attacking lineup. They use the short ball a lot, could use the long if they prepared early enough.
Contact, wing attack, advantage offside. Time. Deliberate offside. That's a warning. Offside.
Terence Park,
Advantage contact.
the umpire with his call there. Good interception at the back. Akila Andin.
Contact, goal defense, penalty pass. Goal defense. Obstruction, goalkeeper, goal defense, both players.
Nice finish from Pei Shan Lee. Akila Andin launching herself in mid-court there.
Vantage offside. Vantage contact centre. Contact goalkeeper penalty.
Okay.
Sri Lanka up to 80. 1-43.
Time called for Rajapaksa. She takes a seat on the bench, and we see Sivalingham take a bow,
Vantage
take a
break, wing
seat,
attack.
get your well-earned rest. What a fantastic shift she's put in. Getting 76 goals from 78, 97% for Sivalingham.
We thought she might be hunting down the Irene van Dijk record of 90 in a match, but looks like it's not going to happen.
Vantage obstruction, wing defense.
Good work, great. Oh, nice steal there from Joanna Toe.
Vantage obstruction, goal attack. Throw in Sri Lanka. Lost on the goal attack end.
Look at that, just cuts the line off. No body on body needed. Just a clean take. Oh, good
shooter
running at the back
contact.
there. Oh, the offensive contact called.
Difficult coming off the bench, isn't it, for Sethi Kavala. He's watched from the bench the whole time, but she gets an opportunity here. Good position and the finish. Well done, 6'5". Sethi Kavala. Playing a 10th test match for Sri Lanka.
Oh, unlucky from Jayasuriya, just couldn't keep that in.
Behind the circle,
no. Wei Toe, long pass over the top
Obstruction, wing
to
defense,
Carmen
penalty
Go.
pass.
Sri Lanka
Gets it
doing-
back.
Sri Lanka doing well to get the ball side position. Kaiwaito coming around the front and not phased to take the long distance shot.
Obstruction centre penalty.
Once can walk forward at the top of the circle.
Contact goal defence penalty.
She's had a lot of minutes on the court, Amarawansa has. Not fatiguing though.
Sri Lanka Pagoda with her third successful.
Dilaka Jinadasa, the Sri Lankan coach, said that she's worked hard on their fitness over the last year to try and get these players into positions where they can compete on the world stage.
Advantage obstruction centre.
Singapore shifted forward. And a long ranger coming up here. Kaiwaito can walk forward. A little easier. Still a tough shot from mid-range.
Contact goal defence penalty.
Good work from Ambagoda.
Contact goalkeeper.
Sri Lanka Ambagoda turns 28 this Thursday. She'll celebrate a birthday here in Liverpool.
Advantage offside, advantage obstruction, wing defence. Obstruction goalkeeper, advantage.
Really nice lateral pass there to set up that scoring opportunity.
Contact goal defence penalty.
Great
Back
timing from
centre.
Kaiwaito.
One step back goal defence. Yes.
Ambagoda, it's gone a little too far, latched onto a Melody Teo, and Singapore come away with it.
Carmen Go finding the top of the circle beautifully there, and then a ball into the back space
Obstruction, goal defence.
to Shanley. She does that so well. When she starts the preparation early, she can find those gaps into the back space. This young lady in front of us
Body
has
shot onside, goal attack.
shown some real class in terms of her court craft. Look at that. Oh, unlucky. Joe Soria just reading that bounce pass there.
Advantage contact.
A bit too much traffic in the circle there for the bounce pass as Sethu Kavala converts well. She'll be enjoying some court time here
Obstruction penalty,
in front of goal.
Body obstruction, wing
In the centre
defence.
position. Double-handed overhead into Sethu Kavala, and that one just rolls back
Sri Lanka.
out of the rim, but they'll get the possession back. Sri Lanka.
Yes. Vantage contact centre. Vantage contact goal shooter. Vantage obstruction
Shot
goal
with
attack.
Rapakadera doesn't make it either. There's an intercept from Abakoon. Well done from the wing defence.
Outside.
Turnover
Outside.
again.
Vantage contact wing
wing attack has
attack.
to pass it back to Joanna Toe at goal keep, but they get some go forward now. Shawala. Toe.
Contact goalkeeper.
Toes just running that attacking circle.
Pei Shan Lee using her strength there to win that rebound. Done some good things since coming on. Her 15th goal of the match, Pei Shan Lee.
Over.
Sri Lanka looking for their 86th goal here, working the ball forward. That's just been tipped over the sideline, so they once inbounds it with the long
Contact on
lob.
hand goalkeeper penalty.
Unlucky from Toe there. Good movement to get round the back, just didn't do it in time.
Yes.
Toe and Teo, they've got a good partnership. Just like a little bit of elevation on those up balls.
Contact wing defence
So
penalty.
timing is key. We're trying to win that.
Vantage offside centre. Vantage obstruction
Once
centre.
feeds it in again. Over the top. to Sethi Kavala. Number 5 for her.
She's entered nicely into this game, and you've got to think with Sivalingham is of a good age. She's 40 years of age, so wonder how many more years she's got left playing, so could potentially be the next starting goal shooter for Sri Lanka.
That is number 50 for Singapore. That's a fine shot from Kai Wei-To.
Bondage obstruction, goal attack.
Kai Wei-To over the top to Pei Shan Lee. It's like a hook shot, that one. Pei Shan Lee can't quite hold on to it.
Nice transition for Sri Lanka to the circle edge. Amaruansa over the top. Beautifully slot away.
So counting down to the final whistle here.
What a pass! Oh my goodness, from come and go, no way. Ball goes the other way, but look at that left-hander straight to the post. What a way to finish this game off. Unlucky not being rewarded with that.
And that is the final whistle. Singapore finishing with a flourish as they shake hands with Sri Lanka, who were far too good in this match. They've won it by 88 goals to 50. Sivalingham scored 76 of them. There she is. She's the star of the show. Sri Lanka too good for Singapore. So Tajini Sivalingham with the lion's share of the goals for Sri Lanka as the two teams come together. It opened up a little bit when Sethi Kavala came on and played up front alongside Ambadagoda, but by then, Camilla Buchanan, the damage had been done by Sri Lanka.
It had, and it was the shooter machine, as you say, of Sivalingham that was just too much for Melody Teo and Sindhu Nair to close down. I mean, look at her. She's got great height. She's got great experience. She knows what she does well, and she uses it to her advantage. So, yeah, great work from her tonight. Much better from Sri Lanka.
Here are the numbers over the 4 quarters. 92 shots to 62. Sri Lanka over Singapore in that department. Look at the turnovers conceded. 31 to 13. That's just not good enough in this kind of contest, especially with Sivalingham at the other end. And they came up with 8, double the intercepts of Singapore. Sri Lanka in that game as well. Let's have a look at the highlights. We'll start with Singapore. Charmaine Soh had the hot hand, as she often always does in the opening couple of quarters of this game. Such a beautiful shooter, isn't she?
She is, and we've seen that over and over again, and her replacement wasn't too bad the other end, but we see them fighting there for that, trying to win the ball earlier off of Sivalingham, a no-look pass from Mendes, which she did so well this game, almost towing with the Singapore defence. But Kai Wei-To, not a bad replacement. Look at that layup shot that she was able to deliver. She brought such flair to the Singapore attack, finding baseline runs like we've just seen. A real exciting player for the future of Singapore. They just didn't have enough service tonight. As you said, 30 less shooting opportunities than Sri Lanka. How do you combat that?
There's the long pass right at the end into Kai Wei-To. But at the other end, it was the Sivalingham show. She just kept putting them away for Sri Lanka. 76 of 78 in this match. Becomes the record goal scorer in an individual match at this Netball World Cup. And there wasn't much that Singapore could do about it. We've seen some teams being able to combat the threat of Tajini Sivalingham, but Singapore just couldn't find a way to stop the 6'10" Sivalingham, racking them up time after time. So here's the situation in Group E. These are the teams that finished fourth in their groups in the opening stage. Sri Lanka have the win up to 3 points. Samoa and Fiji go head-to-head a little later on, but Singapore still searching for their first win in Liverpool. Let's take a look at all the matches that have been completed and are coming up on day 4 here at the M&S Bank Arena in Liverpool. Northern Ireland had a tough match against Malawi first half. It was very tight all the way, but Malawi got the win over Northern Ireland. As we've just seen, Sri Lanka 88 goals to 50 against Singapore. A little later on also in Group E, Fiji go up against Samoa. And then Scotland, a big task ahead of them. Scotland snuck in to the top 12 on day 4. South Africa coming off a big win against Jamaica last night. They are one of the big guns at the tournament and they are on form. Okay, let's get some reaction now. The Singapore coach, Natalie Milicic, is with Hannah.
Well, Natalie, that's one that you really should have, if not won, held a little bit closer. Are you disappointed with that performance?
Oh, look, I'm bitterly disappointed. You know, we had a game plan that we wanted to play today, and sadly we didn't stick to that. And then when we make those errors, we're going to be, you know, they're going to hurt us. So it's really important that we stick to task and that we actually stick to the game plan.
In terms of where you go from here and how you learn from that performance, where can you improve and what do you need to do going forward in this competition? Because surely you need to get at least one or two wins here.
Well, you know, I mean, we always knew it was going to be tough. You know, we are the lowest ranked team here and that's no excuse, but we knew it was going to be tough. Every time we're actually getting out on that court, we are learning something, and that's really important that when we go back, you know, back to Singapore, that we've had some individual learnings. And as I say, today we just let ourselves down with our own errors, and that's going to hurt us at this level of competition.
A positive perhaps you can take is that your players don't give up, do they? They've got a lot of heart and they do keep playing.
They absolutely keep playing, and you know, it was really tough for our defenders today. They were jumping out of their dresses trying to get some ball for us, so we've just got to be much more efficient with it on attack.
Thanks very much.
No problem.
Yeah, Singapore, it was difficult, and this is the reason why. Tarjini Sivalingam, look at those numbers, Camilla Buchanan.
I mean, it's phenomenal. 76 goals, 78 attempts, but it's the accuracy, it's the 97% accuracy, and she's sitting on 183 goals. She'll be climbing up that table there. What a stat that is to have in your bank, and she's just been absolutely outstanding tonight.
And we can hear from the lady herself. She's with Hannah Wills.
Tarjini, your shooting stats today were out of this world, 97%. You've got the highest scoring record in the competition so far. What does it mean to you to be able to help your team like that?
This is the team game. Every players are help for me and passing, high pass and everything. Second, my height advantage, very easy shooting.
Your height advantage helps, but you've still, you know, your team's still got to get the ball through. The defenders really are starting to figure out how to play against you, though, aren't they? So it does mean that you are tested a little bit in that circle at times.
Yeah, they don't know I am in the Sri Lanka team. They have the big plan, I think, defined for me. Our coach tells something technique we are using, that's why we are.
What does it mean to you to have finally got a win for your team here in Liverpool? How happy are the team with that win?
Yeah, everyone is very happy. We in the Asian Championship, that's why we are selecting the World Championship. Players, everyone is happy.
Well played today, well done. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
A very happy Tarjini Sivalingam with her performance in that one, and why not? So here's all the matches that have been completed on Court 1 so far. 2 of them are done and dusted. New Zealand with a 4th win of the tournament, beat Zimbabwe 79-36. Then Australia racked up 91 against Barbados. This afternoon at 3 o'clock, the roof will be lifted when the Roses take the court against Jamaica. And then Trinidad and Tobago will go up against Uganda at 5 o'clock. Okay, let's hear from the Sri Lanka coach now. She's with Hannah.
Tilaka, that all-important first win of the tournament. How impressed were you by how your players went out there today?
Yeah, it's good to have a win actually. We were just really looking forward to this game because we met them last year. So it's keeping our pride in a way, being coming as Asian champions, playing with the runner-up. So it was a big game for us because after 3 in a row defeating. It's a big relief. I think for the whole team, it's a big relief.
And it's a good way, isn't it, to start with a win of that margin as well, to start your campaign in Group E and stake your claim.
Yeah, that's why it's about getting confidence playing, because Singapore, we don't take easy anyway, because they play very fast game. So we just wanted to play a long ball game. So it's a 2 different style we are playing. But it's good that to get the start, winning start, to play the next 2 games with Samoa and Fuji. So looking forward.
Just give me a word, if you can, on Tajini Sivalingam. Just how vital is she to your team? Because she's a phenomenal shooter, isn't she?
We know that she cannot move fast, but it's only the centre court. They're really working hard with that high lob just to overcome that, the defenders to pass. Even we know that when we come to World Championship, we will be definitely having double defend. So we were having that strategy, practicing with 3 defenders, so to overcome her to pass. It's all about, we know that as soon as she get the pass, she get it. But the passing to her, it's a difficult task. So we were practicing that for a long time. Now it's been very successful, especially in Singapore game.
Well played today. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.